Hi guys, Adam here as per usual. How are we all doing? How's your week going so far? Mine ain't too bad, I suppose. Could be better, could be worse. I'm sure a lot of you guys feel the same way. Anyway, bit of a new gear day recently, so we're going to have a look at what I've been buying. Alright guys, so I think that the rig, in all honesty, is pretty much complete. I've got a couple of new guitar days recently. You guys seen the 7-string. I've got another guitar on the way in. I'm going to be showing that very, very soon. It's currently coming through customs, so I'm buying it from abroad, so it should be here within the next week or so. I'll be sharing that with you guys very soon. Trilogy is kind of always been kind of the amp for me. I've tried a lot of other amps, some that are more expensive, some in the same ballpark, some cheaper, and I always go back to Hughes and Kettner and always specifically back to the Trilogy as well. So I love the look of the new Triamp Mark III, but it's going to be a cold day in hell before I'm allowed to drop that kind of coin on an amp, sadly. So for me, it's the Trilogy, and it's going to be the Trilogy for the foreseeable future. Speaker cab, the Zilla 2x12. I've got no kind of urge to go to anything smaller, no urge to go to anything bigger. Love the sound of the 212. I've got the rack setup sounding awesome. You know, as I do with the pedal board, I may kind of pull racks in and out from time to time, experiment with different things, but at the minute, really loving what's in there. Likewise with the pedal board, overdrive pedals come on and off, but I'm really, really pleased basically with the whole rig and how it sounds. It's just great. The one kind of weak area in my rig has always been speakers, so my knowledge of speakers and how they work and what they do compared to everything else in the rig is pretty slim. So I've always just drifted towards kind of whatever I've had available. So I've had Celestion V30s in the past, and I kind of like them, but they're just too sharp for me. Had G12H, which was maybe the other way, not sharp enough. Tried some of the cheaper end Celestions, such as the Rocket 50s, and also Solo Lead 80 or Lead 80s, something like that, and they were decent. And then for the longest time, I've actually been using some Marshall Goldbacks. So they're actually pretty just cheap speakers that I pulled out of an old Marshall 212 cab. And I really liked that the low end was kind of rolled off and the top end was kind of rolled off, but the mid-range was really prominent. And I don't think that was necessarily intentionally. I think that was just possibly because they're cheaper speakers and they can't really produce the high end or the low end frequencies as well as most other speakers, you know, higher quality stuff. So I thought that's going to be the next sort of big upgrade. Here we are unboxing the Warehouse Veteran 30s. So I went for the Veteran 30s because as I'm going back to more of a kind of metal and the progressive metal kind of style of playing, you do need that sort of sharpness that the V30 style speaker brings. But the Warehouse Veteran 30 doesn't have as much of that spiky sort of lower treble, higher mid-range. I like that mid-range, but it's just, I like the mid-range, if that makes sense, and that top end is just too ice-picky and too much for me. So I've decided to give the Veteran Warehouse 30s a try. After trying to learn a bit more about speaker materials and how they voice them, etc., and getting pretty bored, to be totally honest, not really that interesting to me. Bit of research, online reviews, sound clips, etc., decided to go with these. So let's have a look. So they're going in the Zilla 212. Also, I have no idea what these are. I'm pretty certain that they are just designed to be some sort of beard for those people who don't have beards. Maybe that's what it is. I actually think it's just to pad the front of the speaker against the cabinet, probably. Probably do some research to find that out, to be totally honest with you. Alright, let's get this box on the floor. Have to say I used Lean Speakers or Lean Business, a company in the UK, to buy these, and they came very quickly, very well packaged. Not a tiny scratch of damage, which I was surprised at. Oh, bloody hell, these are so much heavier, high quality, and just way more durable, I can tell already, than the Marshall ones I've got in there. So there we are, Warehouse Veteran 30s. Pretty cool. 8 ohms, because I'm running 2 of them at 16 ohms in mono. 60 watts, so the amp fully cranked is like 100 watts, so we're going to have 120 watts. 20 watts of headroom, and let's be honest, when am I ever going to get to crank the master volume on my amp? Really, very, very rare that's going to be, so more than enough headroom. Feels quality. This kind of material, I don't know what it is, but that material actually feels a lot sort of thicker, a lot more durable than the Marshall one. Anyway, guys, so I'm going to get both of those put in the Zilla 2x12, and I'm going to try and do some before and after clips for you guys as well. Post below, let me know if I made a good choice, if I made a poor choice, and why. Particularly want to hear about guys' experience of veteran 30s versus maybe the Celestion V30s. Plenty of clips coming soon. Stay tuned for that new guitar video coming very soon. In fact, what I want to do, guys, comment below who can guess what guitar I'm buying. I've not really hinted at it anywhere, so if anyone guesses, I'll be well impressed. If anyone guesses right, or maybe the person who's closest, I might throw a quick prize in, a copy of Cosmology, off of some guitar cable, something like that. So post below, what guitar do you think Aji has been buying and why? If it's really wrong, but a really sensible answer, you may also win if nobody gets it right, so post that below, guys. As ever, thank you for tuning in. Plenty sound clips coming soon. I know I keep promising you lots of audio stuff. It won't be long now, guys. I'm almost finished tweaking the setup. I think I've just broken something, so I'm going to bid you farewell. Take it easy.